The feeling of a broken heart is probably something we've all gone through at one point or other. In those moments that seem unbearable, when the mind can't stop racing and life feels like it can't continue, we often find a strength within us that we didn't know was present. Today we're going to be exploring the novel The Sorrows of Young Werther, written by Goethe when he was only 24 years old, and made him an overnight sensation. The story is based on his true experiences with unrequited love. The protagonist in the novel, Werther, falls into despair and heartache, so we're also going to have a look at some comfort food that might nurture one's soul during difficult periods of time. We'll be making Linsensuppe, which is a traditional German lentil soup, popular in Goethe's hometown of Frankfurt. The Sorrows of Young Werther, published in 1774, is an epistolary novel, or a novel written in the form of letters, where Werther writes letters about his days to his friend Wilhelm. Werther stays in the quiet and idyllic village of Walheim to escape from the bustling city life as he shuns aristocratic society. Whilst there, he's invited to a ball, where he becomes acquainted with a beautiful woman, Charlotte. Upon first meeting her, he becomes enamored by her. My entire soul was transfixed by her figure, her tone, her manner. I found great character in everything she said, and with every word I saw fresh charms and radiance of spirit brightening her features. During the ball, he learns that she's to be married to Albert, a level-headed and good-natured fellow that works for the court in Walheim. However, instead of accepting this and removing himself from the situation, he tries to continue to see Charlotte every chance he gets, to be near her during every waking moment. In a sense, he's a true romantic, a soul that becomes enchanted by life and falls deeply into his own feelings. He says, "The only thing that makes man's life on earth essential and necessary is love." He cares immensely about his heart and lets it feel everything deeply and passionately. "I am proud of my heart alone. All the knowledge I possess everyone else can acquire, but my heart is all my own." Naturally, when Albert enters the frame, Werther starts spiraling into despair. "I can no longer pray except to her. My imagination holds no figure but hers, and I see the things of the world about me only in relation to her. Waking or dreaming, she fills my entire soul." The torment of Werther's soul deepens until he can no longer bear it. But I will leave this for you to read more about without spoiling the story. Goethe, like Werther, did actually fall in love with a Charlotte during his younger years, but she was already engaged to a Johann Kessner. The three of them actually developed a lifelong friendship, despite Goethe's infatuation with Charlotte. He often spoke about the book as being something that he fed with the blood of his own heart, and he further wrote in his autobiography how he felt a sense of freedom after this confession of his feelings that he had materialized into a book. Similar to how you might feel a lightness of the mind after journaling. It's for this reason that reading the book had a profound impact on me personally. As this story is something we can all relate to, Goethe said it would be bad indeed if everyone had not, once in his life, known a time when Werther seemed as if it had been written for him alone. During these periods of grief and sadness, such as experiencing heartbreak, we need some sort of soothing and nurturing for our souls. For me, this is most evident through comfort foods. So when I started researching more about the kinds of food eaten in Germany at the time, I was looking for particular soups or stews that always feel the most comforting for me. I came across Linsensuppe, which is a popular soup all over Europe, but particularly in Goethe's hometown of Frankfurt. We'll be creating something from closer to Goethe's time in the mid to late 1700s, which would be a simple lentil soup. Although I couldn't find a German recipe from the time, there is a similar English recipe from Mary Smith's cookery book around 1772, and is similar to the soup that's still made today, but we're going to make a few adjustments. We're going to be adding bay leaves and caraway seeds, which are common spices added today and used in the 18th century. In the first ever printed German cookbook from 1485, Kitchen Mastery, bay leaves were used in a jellied fish dish, and in the Book of Good Food from 1350, caraway seeds were used as a spice. The traditional way in Frankfurt to have Linsensuppe is, of course, with Frankfurter sausages and with a little bit of vinegar. To make Linsensuppe, I soak 200 grams of lentils for about 8 to 10 hours. This speeds up the cooking time, but if you can't soak them for that long, you'll just have to cook them for a bit longer. We're going to saute 2 small or 1 large onion in about a tablespoon of butter. Next, we're going to add in a chopped carrot, a chopped parsnip, and we're going to let it stew until it's soft. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds and 2 bay leaves. Next, we're going to add some vegetable stock or meat stock, along with the soaked lentils, and let it boil for 30 minutes to an hour, covering with a few cups of boiling water and seasoning with plenty of salt and pepper. After the lentils have softened, we're going to add in a chopped potato and let this cook through. Lastly, we add in our Frankfurters. I'm using 2 here, but you can use however many your heart desires. And we're going to serve it with some parsley and vinegar on top. Here we've got our hearty and comforting bowl of Linsensuppe. I garnished it with some parsley and vinegar on top. The sausage smells really nice actually, so let's have a bite. I like the addition of the vinegar. There's a smokiness that's coming from the sausages, which is also really, really nice. Can't really taste the carrot or parsnip, but I think they do add a bit of body to the soup. And this is really delicious. I recommend you try it. It does taste quite warm and comforting, you know? And I recommend adding the potato because it made the soup a lot thicker than it was at the beginning. Unless you blend the soup, I don't think you would get it to this thick consistency with just the lentils. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you try out this German Linsensuppe and let me know what you think of it if you do try it. I hope to see you in the next video. As always, if you have any ideas or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below.